Drew and Stu are on the air.
Ready? Right.
Whether you're fading with Drew or riding with Cam, this is the place to get your weekly NFL picks.
Powered by Sports Interaction, your homegrown sportsbook. Always remember to bet local.
Hello and welcome to Week 11 of the Drew and Stu Podcast, Episode 1. Note, we are filming this on Monday prior to the Buffalo Bills versus Denver Broncos Monday Night Football game because I am leaving for Sweden tomorrow, so I don't have time to tape on our usual Tuesdays. Yep. Cam was nice enough to do this for me, so we're going to film on Monday not knowing the result of the Bills-Broncos game, so our opinion on those games may change on the Thursday show, but you'll see that on Thursday when we pick it up. Cam, rough week for you, buddy. Probably your roughest of the season. Your best bets were 1-1 pending the Bills tonight. It might be 2-1, but you were 4-9 overall, and your Cincinnati Bengals knocked you out of the survivor pool. We said it on the show, Cam. We said this is a grenade game, and you said, I wish I had the balls to pick the Bears. You should have had the balls to pick the Bears.
You're right. I made a lot of mistakes. In Seattle, barely beat Washington, if not for that last drive. They let Washington score a late touchdown. Man, this NFL's tough, and I just love the pregame shows too. I almost wish we could switch. When I see, this is going to be a great learning experience for Houston. They're not ready to play with the big boys. I'm like, oh, great. I'm thinking now I like Houston even more. Here's the deal. Tyler Boyd never drops balls. I've never seen him drop a ball that easy before. He's the most sure-handed receiver going through. He catches everything. So that was shocking. But let's give Houston all the credit in the world. Stroud is the right draft pick. But they're doing it with backups. They're good, man. They're real good.
But they should not have been throwing the football up 10 points with 3 minutes left. Stroud threw that pick in his own red zone.
Yeah, I know.
I was like, why are you even throwing it? Just run the ball, make them waste their timeouts. You're up 2 scores. Then they throw the pick, and all of a sudden the Bengals tie the game. And I was like, holy cow, this is the worst coaching. Like, that was a terrible coaching job by the Houston Texans. But they pulled it out.
They won.
Yeah.
In the end, they win. Like, can you believe? Hey, we have wins over at the start of the year with this team. I didn't know they were going to do this, though. Like, I thought they were going to be a better football team, but what they're doing right now is shocking. Like, do they get the award for, like,
most improved
most improved team right now? Yeah, they have to. Them, or I'm trying to think of somebody else.
I don't know.
It's them. And Detroit's been really good this year, but I'd have to say Houston because no one expected anything.
Yeah, but like
Houston?
Like, I don't know. Yeah, and like, does D'Amico Ryan get Coach of the Year now? Because like that's the way the Coach of the Year works.
He shouldn't after he coached the game, but they still won. But yeah, you're right, Drew.
But that's the way Coach of the Year works. It's like, oh, this team was trash and now they're good. Oh, Coach of the Year.
Yeah,
it's like,
it doesn't mean you're a good coach.
Yeah,
I know.
Makes no sense. Cam, I was 8-5 so far. Sorry, 8-5. Yeah, heading into Monday Night Football where I have the Bills 3-0 my best bets. So it was a good week for me on the best bets part. The Lions, Browns, and what was my third one? I don't even remember. It was San Fran. I thought it was an easy pick.
Good pick.
The Jags, pretenders, right? Teddy bear contenders, like I always call them.
Oh yeah. Hey, listen. I still think the Jags are a good team. They just ran into a buzzsaw. Like they just didn't see San Francisco coming. That's the thing with the Niners. Like, and now they're back. Yeah, well, they look back this week. We'll see if they can maintain it. It's the NFL, but God, they look scary.
Well, and how about
absolutely murdered them?
Doug Peterson calling a passing play with Christian Kirk, throwing it deep to Etienne, gets Etienne absolutely murdered, gets smoked by the safety, and then he was out of the game. And I was like, did he just injure his star running back with a trick play? And then McCaffrey not being able to break the record for 18 straight games with a touchdown.
Oh, you knew that was coming. Everyone's like, oh yeah, I gotta get on McCaffrey. You know what I've learned about things like this, Drew? You're too late to the party. If you're not doing it from the start, don't think about getting it later because you're dead. Like the minute you're going to go, I'm all in this week on McCaffrey, you'll lose. But hey, I have nothing to say. And I'm transparent on the show. This is one of the worst weeks I've had in a while. I thank God for teasers, Drew. I'm telling you, teasers saved my ass. Like the Jets, Patriots, all those games I didn't cover in the spread, all the teasers hit. These games are close. And Drew, I'm going to tell people, don't listen to anybody. Oh, teasers, don't do the play. No. They're fine. The NFL, all the games are within 3 or 4 points. Take a dog.
There were so many walk-off field goal wins, Cam. Like teasers each weighed on like 10 of the 12 games.
Oh, I know.
I know. But anyways, Cam, like we said last week, or like I warned you last week, stop betting on the New England Patriots. You didn't listen. And now
Mac Jones, that throw, like I got a text from Billy the doorman. He goes, fuck. He goes, my daughter, like literally, I have people in my family with no skills. A kid could have done that. Like, it was a 10-yard pass that you threw 5 yards short. Like, is this guy that bad? Like, no offense, Drew. And hold on, I'm going to defend myself again. Their kicker missed a chip shot. They would have covered the game. Like, all my games, I burned at the end. I'm like, wow,
and the Browns almost screwed us. That was our goal pick. Deshaun Watson throwing a pick 6 on the second play of the game. I was like, oh, here we go.
God.
I was like, here we go.
I picked the Saints too. I'm an idiot. Like, if they started Jameis Winston, we would have won. Yeah, I know.
I had so many
Anyway.
spread parlays with the Saints on the -2, and I was like,
Drew,
lost.
Don't even get me started. Like that team destroyed me. But anyway, after Sweden, we're going to regroup this week. You're going to go hit IKEA. You're going to do some, I don't know what the hell you're doing in Sweden, but anyway, have fun.
Yeah. The
meatballs.
NHL International Series is there. The Leafs are going to play. So
That's right. The International Series. Aren't the Senators going there too?
Senators, Wild, Red Wings, and Leafs are the 4 teams going. So it should be a good time. Maybe
good.
Hit up the Swedish casino, make some live bets there. I don't know, who knows.
Swedish casino. Okay.
I don't know, Cam. I don't know, Cam.
No, I just have fun. No, Sweden. No, I bet you're gonna have a good time, man. I wish I was going to Sweden.
It should be a good time. The time change will be different. I'll be watching 1:00 games at 7 p.m. next Sunday, their time, because it's 6 hours ahead. So that'll be a bit different. I think I won't be able to catch the evening games. But anyways, Cam, let's get into. Actually, do you have any updates on Monday Night Football before we get into this week? Now that we're in advance, do you have any gut feelings? Are you switching off of Buffalo? I know it's one of your best bets. You're staying on them? Okay.
I don't like the line movement from 7.5 to 7. I need Buffalo. I have so many pending teasers with Buffalo as my last leg. I almost want to take Denver and buy points to try to like hit everything in this game to really get me back in the groove. But I got to tell you, Drew, I think it's time for Buffalo to make a statement. I think they're at home. Denver, sure, you beat Kansas City. They're playing a little bit better. But if the Bills can't win this game by margin, I don't know what to say about this team.
Cam, the Broncos,
they have major injuries, but I'm taking the Bills.
The Broncos struggle heavily against slot receivers. So Shakir, take him over on his props tonight. That's a little tip from me to you. Take Shakir over on his yardage.
Hold the ball. Kincaid, if you're doing something, just hold on the ball. If you're just, you know what? You could beat Denver. Just play your game. You know what the thing, too, that really bothered me just quickly before we get into this? So I'm on the Jets, okay? Zach Wilson had a perfect, like, when he doesn't think, it's like we talk about with Bagman's.
When he's just running around.
Slicing and dicing. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, we're going to make things difficult for you. Dude, he's doing fine. Let him do the first read. And dude, he's such a good athlete. Let him run. This is what I'm talking about. Josh Allen was made to run. Stop trying to like make him a pocket passer. Let him do his thing. You play better. It's like when you get hit. Remember in hockey, Drew? I always like getting smoked early in the game.
Oh, yeah.
Next thing you know, I'm up. Now I'm ready to go. I've awoken like a big Nespresso coffee. That's the whole thing. These guys, these coaches are taking away the strengths of their quarterbacks.
You don't put a leash on a bull,
Cam.
You don't put a leash on a bull. You just
great call, Drew. That's a great line. Like, honest to God, I can't believe the Jets lost that game. I can't believe they lost that game. They were there every single red zone. Like, it's a train wreck, that team. Anyway, let's roll.
It is. I mean, that pick at the end by Zach Wilson was absolutely beautiful. The linebacker stood there and he's like, yep, it's going this way. And then just went and picked him off. I was like,
Drew, man, I'm just a tough week.
It was a tough week. Anyways, let's get into this week, Cam. The Drew and Stu podcast is brought to you by Sports Interaction, your homegrown sportsbook where local takes on an entirely different meaning, focusing on the teams, games, and players that matter to you. Sports Interaction on the ground on top of all of the local trends, offering prop bets that you never even imagined existed, from same game parlays to best in-class casino featuring thousands of games and live 24/7 dealers, giving you that Vegas experience any time of day. Come for the sports, stay for the casino. And now introducing the Locker Room, the first of its kind in Canada, a live watch party for the biggest games of the week. That's Monday night, Thursday night, and Sunday night football. A groundbreaking dual screen experience. Head in the Locker Room, chat with our hosts, bet live alongside them. Sports Interaction, your homegrown sportsbook. Go to sportsinteraction.com/SDPN to open an account. Bet local. 19 plus, please play responsibly. If you have questions or concerns about the gambling or the gambling of someone close to you, please head to connexontario.ca. Back to the show. Thursday Night Football. The Cincinnati Bengals, coming off of blowing up survivor pools, going to Baltimore to take on the Ravens, who were also key to making people lose some survivor pools as well, Cam. They were 6-point favorites and lost outright as well. The Ravens 3.5-point favorites. The total is 45.5. This is a huge game in the division, Cam. We got 5-4 Bengals against 7-3 Ravens. If the Ravens win this game, the division's essentially out of reach for Cincinnati. That'd be 3 losses in the division. They'd be 500. Like, this is like a playoff issue game for the Bengals too, right?
What do you think? I'll let you start here. I'm going to probably take the points, but I don't have a lot of confidence in the Cincinnati Bengals. I told you this at the start of the year. I think they're a good football team, but they're flawed. They just don't look. There's something missing there. I don't know exactly what it is. Like, they're not.
It's like that killer instinct or something. I don't know. It's like
I think it's the defense. Their secondary
is still decent though, but yeah, their secondary
okay.
Problems.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Baltimore, on the other hand, like Cleveland was down early in that game and they grinded. We loved the Browns.
Ravens defense didn't look good either.
I know. And they got a lot of guys hurt in that game versus Cleveland. I kind of lean Bengals. No, Drew, let's talk. I guarantee I might change every pick this week because we're just going on leans. I'm taking the Bengals. You're giving me 3.5. This is it. You said it. This team is they're 500 ATS. They're look, can you believe this? 2-2 on the road, 2-2 ATS, 4-4-1 ATS. Like you middle of the line, they're 5-4 football team. I got to take the Bengals and that hook at 3.5.
Yeah, I got to take Cincy here too. I like Baltimore to maybe win this game, a close one. And like if the Ravens can put out this kill shot, but like you're giving me Burrow and the Bengals as over 3-point underdogs to get the hook 3.5. If it was 3, I might lean Ravens, but 3.5, Cam, I got to go Cincy here. And like I expect T. Higgins to be back because this is like a must-win football game. He won't sit out with the full receiving roster on the Bengals side. The defense should look better. I know like honestly, I think Stroud might be a better passer than Lamar, Cam. Like Stroud looks really good when it comes to passing the football.
Mm-hmm.
So give me Cincinnati plus 3.5. I think this tight division AFC North game for us on Thursday night.
Yeah, I'm on Cincinnati as well. If they lose, please lose by 3. But you said it, Drew. They lose this game, they go to 5-5. Then they got real issues.
Exactly. All right, Cam. The Arizona Cardinals going to Houston to take on the Texans and C.J. Stroud. Kyler Murray against Stroud. Listen, the Arizona Cardinals, I was on their side, but they escaped with a win in that game, Cam. That was because Kyler's running around. Like, that was the magic, Cam. Atlanta, if they just keep him in the pocket, they probably win that football game. Do you believe in the Stroud and the Houston train to keep this rolling, Cam? Or do you think Kyler Murray and the Cards are here to stay? Like, I don't know.
This line opened up at 6. We're getting 4.5.
Mm-hmm.
People are that's weird, but nobody's
Huge
on the
reverse line
Cardinals.
movement.
Yeah, it's an interesting situation. Doesn't work all the time, but I'm kind of thinking something smells fishy here. So Cardinals, we had Atlanta that game. They let that game slip away. Horrible defense at the end of that game. Another late heartbreaker, but I will take the Arizona Cardinals. I didn't go with the bird in Baltimore. I'll take the little Cardinal getting 4.5 chirps against Houston. Kyler Murray looked pretty good in that game. I'll give him credit. Like, for a guy that's been out that long, I didn't think he was going to play that well. I was wrong. I can admit I was wrong, but I'm going to tell you, taking Houston as a dog rather than a favorite seems to be a good recipe for me. So give me Arizona.
Yeah, I still don't know what Houston Texans team shows up every week, Cam, so I'll take the underdog in this matchup. And the huge reverse line movement, I got to go against that. I think Kyler Murray could run around enough to keep this game close. Both defenses aren't the greatest. Trey McBride, though, Cam, looks like a great tight end. Look at all the catches this guy was making against Atlanta.
I know. Houston, all these draft picks are I'm just telling you, like, no, you're right. Sorry, McBride and Arizona. I'm just getting confused here. Yeah, McBride, Arizona. I was just going to say, but Houston, both of these teams are kind of, I think Arizona's done a lot of sneaky good things. And I've realized the Indianapolis Colts coaching tree is that's the thing. Like all these, like Philadelphia Eagles coaching teams. Drew, I got a lot of things going on here. And I lost money this week. I feel like a boxer that's just been beat up. Those are the guys you follow. Steichen's done a great job with the Colts. Mm-hmm. All of it, like I'm telling you, Arizona's staff, they're playing. That team on paper should be like literally the worst team going, but they're overachieving and they're playing pretty good football with Murray back. If it's not Clayton Tune, they could be in games.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say they're overachieving, Cam. They're 2-8, but I feel what you're.
But you know what I mean, though.
I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Like they're playing better in games than they have than everyone expected. We thought they'd get smoked every game, which they haven't. I agree with you, Cam.
They're also, let me take a look here. They're okay. This is what I'm talking about. Remember the line that we used, me and Gabe talk about it. Good teams win, great teams cover. Arizona, 5-4-1 ATS. That's what I'm saying. They're covering numbers. That's all. Yeah,
Vegas and everybody's been doubting them all year when it comes to the covers, Cam. So we're both on the Cards. Vegas going to Miami to take on the Dolphins, coming off their bye. Dolphins are 10.5-point favorites. Looks like they're going to have HN back. They'll have the full repertoire of weapons in the backfield, Cam. Raiders, I know they're on a 2-game winning streak with the cigars and everything. They didn't deserve to win last night, Cam, and I guess we were on them in the first week with their new head coach, or you were. I wasn't. I think this is a big letdown spot for the Raiders, Cam.
Agreed.
I think Miami just boat races them.
I think Miami wins this game by 20. 21. You wouldn't even be shocked if they actually murdered them by more. The one thing that scares me about not unloading on Miami is the way they're utilizing Josh Jacobs now. Pierce is smart, unlike that stooge McDaniels, who never the guy's one of the best players.
You use your really good running backs? Oh, wow.
Yeah. You got a running back that mows guys down, but I don't think I'm going to use him. And I'll give Pierce credit. Aiden O'Connell is not great, but the thing is, Jimmy Garoppolo, it's not like that's the whole thing. It's A and B. Yeah. Jimmy Garoppolo will make a mistake. O'Connell is a grinder. He's not the most talented guy, but when you have a running game, and that's what you do for a young quarterback, you let Jacobs run 30 times a game to set him up so he doesn't have to do too much. I love the Dolphins in this spot, though, Drew. I was on Raiders against Giants, wrong against the Jets, but I think the Dolphins coming off a break are going to murder these guys. Give me the fish plus like minus 21. They're going to roll. Take them to the aquarium.
The Dolphins alt spreads minus 20.5, Cam. I think this line is wrong. I think this should be like a spread that we saw with the Cowboys against Tommy DeVito last week. It should be the same type of spread. And the fact that it's only 10.
We got that game right.
That's true. With that game, you could have teased up to friggin' 40. You would have got it right now. Cam, I love the Dolphins in the spot. Might be my minerals. We'll see. I think the line's completely wrong, but maybe we'll get some weird stuff, but I don't think so. The Chargers.
We're in agreement so far, which is interesting.
Let's see. That's usually a good sign, though, Cam. We do good when we agree.
Good. Well, let's agree more.
The Chargers go to Green Bay to take on the Packers, coming off their disappointing loss against the Lions. We were both on the Lions. We both said it was a good spot for Detroit. Last second, the Lions going for it on fourth down before kicking the game-winning field goal, Cam. Dan Campbell, listening to the analytics, doing a good job. I love the cojones on the guy. Instead of just kicking the field goal and giving the Chargers a minute and a half to come tie it, he's like, nah, let's just go for a fourth down and then kick a field goal to end the game.
Want to know why he does it right? Because he doesn't, again, all these other coaches look freaked out. They're like, oh, it's like they're at the blackjack table. Do I hit or do I pass? Campbell knows what he's doing before he's doing it. He goes, we're going for it. And you see the conviction that he does it with? And it's almost like the players know.
Our coach is confident in us to get these 2 yards, so let's just get these 2 yards. It's not like, oh, no, are they going to get it? Like, I don't know.
I know. I got to give Campbell credit, man. Like, I know people talking about eating kneecaps and doing this. Not only is he a guy who played in the league, and it's so funny. Some of these guys are probably way smarter than him, like book smart, but he's football smart. He gets it, and he used to be a player, and players respect other players. Look at Pearson Raiders, small sample size. You don't want some stooge out there going, oh, I'm the smartest guy in the room. Look at my calculations. You know what? They don't care. Players are just regular dudes. They're special athletes, and they want to believe in the guy that's leading them, not some moron.
Cam, if there was one coach in the league where I'd be like, I want to play for that guy, it's Dan Campbell. This guy's
I agree.
He's awesome. I'd run through a wall for Dan Campbell. I'm not even a Lions fan. That's how
I agree with you.
Awesome he is. But yeah, speaking of the Chargers versus the Packers, though, Cam, Chargers -3, total 43.5. Two of the biggest stooges in football, head coaching wise, LaFleur and Staley. Cam, the Packers suck to me. I know everyone's on them like, oh, they look better. Aaron Jones is back. I don't care anymore. Give me the Chargers -3. Probably going to really lose this game betting with Brandon Staley, but I'm done betting on the Packers, Cam.
I'm not. I'm going to tell you, Green Bay could have won that game against Pittsburgh.
Yeah, if Jordan Love was a good quarterback.
Yes, I know, Drew. But the point that I'm trying to make is I look at positives from negatives. They came back in that game. They were getting murdered early, and they showed a lot of guts. And that was on the road. Now we're getting points. Do I trust the Chargers to even cover a 3-point spread? Hell no. Give me cheese. I'm going to take cheese over Lightning. Give me Green Bay. And you know what? I might probably not even going to change this pick. The whole world's going to be on the Chargers. I got to stick to my guns. Sure, I had one bad week. Who cares? I'm taking the Packers.
Where do you think Mystery Tiebreaker Man is on this one?
Oh, he's going to the Lightning Bolts all day and all night.
Yes. On the Chargers with me, Cam. This game won't be getting my real money. This will be one of the games that
it's a tough game.
Yeah, it's not gonna get any of my cash this Sunday. All right, Cam. The Jacksonville Jaguars hosting the Tennessee Titans. Titans let us down last week. I was disappointed in Will Levis's performance. Jacksonville, I was on the right side. You were on the wrong side. 6.5-point favorites. This is a huge division game, Cam. That's a lot of points. But does Jacksonville get back on track here, or do we see the good side of Will Levis? It's a tough one.
I'm going to tell you, this line, I'm locking it in at 6.5. Do you know the Tennessee Titans are 0-5 on the road? Jacksonville might not cover this spread, but I can't take Tennessee. I got to be honest with you. That performance against Tampa Bay sucked. It sucked.
I thought they were going to win the game, Cam.
What?
A
lot of people did.
I know.
That was gutless, but it is a divisional game. It's a lot of points, but Jacksonville, they win by a converted touchdown. And also, they're coming off an embarrassing loss to San Francisco. Very difficult game. I know people will say maybe it is easy. It's never easy, man. The NFL, one week you could be on fire. The next week, they'll pull the rug from under you. But I'm going with the Cats. I'm taking my Jaguars. I don't believe in Tennessee. They're horrible, horrible, horrible on the road. I know Jacksonville's actually not. They're 1-3 ATS at home, but I think this is a get-right spot after you know what? San Fran just kicked the living shit out of those guys. So
I know.
I think they bounce back. But then I worry, Drew.
I know.
Are they beat up when you play San Francisco? Like, are you beat down? Like the thing about San Francisco, certain teams in the league, like Seattle used to be that way with the Legion of Boom. San Fran is that now. Pittsburgh is kind of like when you play a very physical team, it's hard for you the next week too, but I'm going to still take them.
Yeah, Cam, coming off a bye, Jacksonville just didn't show up to their game, and I think that's a demoralizing defeat for them, losing to the 49ers the way they did. It wasn't just a close loss. It was they got absolutely smacked around. And I think Vrabel can pounce on that, Cam. I think the Titans will cover this number. They might lose this game, but I got to take Derrick Henry in that running game to keep this within 7 points.
It's a lot of points.
It is a lot of points for a division game.
I'm going to say this, though, Drew, and I've learned a great thing from coming from the bye now, and it's something we should apply to our gambling. The worst thing you could do when you have a team that is hot into the bye, you fade them coming back out. When you have a team that's cold into the bye, you ride them coming back out.
San
Francisco.
Yeah.
Remember Tampa Bay when they came out of the bye? They got played like shit for a couple of weeks. Jacksonville was on fire. They lay an egg. You take the team that needs to make the adjustments. It's something we got to remember. Teams that are struggling into the bye, we rock them when they come back the next week and vice versa.
Sounds like Cam's taking the Chiefs versus the Eagles on Monday Night Football. We'll see in a sec. Cam, what do you think Mystery Tiebreaker Man is on this one?
Mystery Tiebreaker Man's on the Jaguars.
Ooh, correct. I thought you were going to go Titans.
I almost got in my own head there. Dangerous place to be right now because it's got a lot of rocks in it. A lot of damage.
All right, Cam. Our Cleveland Browns, one of the few teams that made us both happy.
Thank you, Sunday. Cleveland. Wait, we got our gold. It was our gold, though, right?
Yep,
gold.
Both our golds.
Go ahead.
And all the comments, you guys took Cleveland gold. Are you crazy? The Ravens just smoked them a few weeks ago. It's like, this is a different game.
Everyone's going to call me an idiot, call you an idiot.
Yeah,
whatever. We get our gold picks, so at least we save face.
Yeah, exactly. They're 4-point favorites, at home against Pittsburgh Steelers, Cam. Steelers, 2-1 on the road ATS. The Steelers looked good last week for the first 45 minutes of that football game against Green Bay. Then they almost blew it at the end. I got to go Cleveland here still, Cam. I know everyone's going to be on Cleveland. I still got to do it because that defense Kenny Pickett can't score against that defense. I don't see it happening.
Cleveland, what they did in the second half to Baltimore, I think they're a very good football team.
Mm-hmm.
If they don't get in front of their way and Stefanski calls a proper game, I'd be very scared of Cleveland. They could have mailed that game in when Watson looked like crap in the first half. He actually looked good in the second half. They figured it out. Their defense showed up. You know what? Cleveland at home to Pittsburgh, I'd be shocked. I think Cleveland can win this game by literally 17 points.
I know the line's weird, right? But I don't know why I don't know why the line's so low. It's because people respect Pittsburgh. All they do is grind out wins. They're the worst 6-3 football team that I've ever seen. But know what the thing is? You are what your record is. They're 6-3. Cleveland's 6-3. Browns by at least a touchdown. We got to take them to cover this game. If they don't, I'll be shocked. And if the Ravens lose on Thursday night, Cam, the winner of this football game will be first place solo in the division, which is crazy. That's how good this division is. Every team's above 500 right now. But okay, we're both on the Cleveland Browns. We both should be right. I think they might win by 10, like you said. So it might be my mineral pick scam. We'll see at the end of the show. The Dallas Cowboys going to Carolina to take on the Panthers. Cowboys 10.5-point favorites on the road. 41.5 is the total. Carolina coming off of that loss to Badgett on Thursday Night Football. Cam, I'll keep this quick and easy. The Panthers suck. Panthers look like the worst team in football. This is not enough points. Give me Dallas Cowboys. They like to dominate crappy teams like this, so I'll take them up to 20.5. I think it's the same as the Dolphins for me.
I disagree. This is why I'm taking Carolina this week. Everybody thinks, you beat up the Giants. This is the Dallas Cowboys in a nutshell. This could be a letdown game. Back doors open at 10.5. Listen, this could be changed, but right now, I just look, who's going to bet the Panthers? Nobody but this guy.
That's true.
Give me the Carolina Panthers plus 10.5 in this spot because you know what? I think eventually they're going to figure some things out. If Dallas wins, I think they win maybe even by 10 and I win by the hook. But if you like Carolina, I'd probably wait because this thing might be bet up to 11.5 by game time.
Yeah, it might be 13.5, 14 by game time.
No, if it goes to 14, I'll definitely be smashing Carolina. But anyway, I'll just take Carolina at 10.5 and maybe we'll change it later on in our show. As we know, these are initial leans because we're taping the first day of the week.
Yes. Where do you think Mr. Tiebreaker Man is on this one?
Oh, Dallas all day. He's a star.
You're right. That was an easy one. I shouldn't have even asked.
I really I really wish I could bet on Bagman's leans because I'd be rich.
The Giants, Cam, going to Washington to take on the Commanders. Commanders coming off a disappointing loss / they almost won that game in Seattle.
No, disappointing. They covered the number.
I know. I'm just saying they could have won that game but they let them down. The Giants, Tommy DeVito, Cam, looks like he shouldn't even be in the NFL. It's a bad performance. I don't know what to think of this Giants team. This is so many points, but I feel like you still have to pick Washington.
I'm taking Washington. I think this is the thing about the Giants. I don't know. Eventually these teams, the way they're going to be losing games, when do they tap out? And it's crazy. Laying 9.5 points with the Washington Commanders seems insane.
What?
But honestly, me and you need help. But you know what? How do I take the Giants? The one thing is, it's a divisional game. But if it was not a divisional game, I'd be like, Washington.
How many points does Washington need to score to cover 10, Cam? 24?
20.
Yeah.
I don't think the Giants get more than 10. And it's 9.5.
Exactly.
20 to 10, we cover. So give me Washington. They should have gone. You said it. They scored a late touchdown against Seattle. Metcalf made a play at the end of the game as Myers hit the game-winning field goal. They covered the number. Washington, you know what? They're not a bad. They're a decent. At least they grind. Giants,
Sam
on the
Howell,
other hand,
he's good against bad defenses. It seems like, but when it's a good defense, he struggles. Giants don't have a good defense.
I'm taking Washington.
Yeah,
I'm taking Washington.
I agree with you, Cam. I think, like you said, I think the Giants team total is maybe 9.5, and I think Washington scores 24 to 30, so they cover this number. All right, the Detroit Lions, another big spread, hosting the Chicago Bears, another division game with a big spread. 10-point favorites, Cam, at home. They're 3-1 ATS at home, 7-2 overall. I think I got to go Detroit. I'm taking all these big spreads. I hate taking these big spreads, Cam, but it's Cats at home against the Bears. Bears look bad, even though they still won on Thursday. They still look like a terrible football team. Lions, big win last week against the Chargers. I think they continue to make that run. I just don't see how the Bears can even keep up enough with the Lions here. Their offense looks so good, Cam, with both running backs back. Montgomery looks amazing. Gibbs looks amazing. This is going to be a boat race.
This is the one thing, why I'm going to stick to my game plan, and you've known me for a lot of years, Drew. Everybody, how does Detroit not win by 11 or more? I don't know. But I'll tell you one thing. They went from L.A., heading back home, feeling good about themselves after a win, and in comes Chicago. Extra time to prepare. Divisional rival. I'm taking Chicago. Plus 10. This might be changed. But right now, I will take the Chicago Bears. It's not about the NFL. Did anybody see how Houston beating the Bengals and stuff? Weird things happen in league. What was another big upset last week? Yeah, we did, actually.
Yeah. We said don't pick them in Survivor. We were like, this is a bad spot.
Yeah, I know. I'm taking Chicago. I'll take the 10 points. And as we know, Drew, things can change later on in the week. But the Bears, that number's too big for me. And I know they're not a great football team, but Detroit's not going to boat race everybody.
Yeah, I know. I know this is the Widowmaker spot, the 10 days for the other team, but
it really is.
Can Chicago score?
Yes.
I can't trust Badgett to do this.
Is Fields coming back?
If he comes back, it's a different story. I don't know.
I'm locking in Chicago at 10. If he comes back, I don't know.
If he comes back, what does it switch to? What does it go to, 6.5?
No, 6.5. It'll go to he's not worth 3.5 points. It'll go to 7.5, 8. He's worth 2 points.
You don't think Fields is worth 3.5 points?
No, he's not. Definitely
no.
He is not worth over a field goal. Field goal max.
Okay,
max.
We'll disagree on that.
Come on, Drew.
Where do you think Mr.
It's the Bears. He's going with the Lions.
Okay, correct. Not Tommy. Mystery tiebreaker man.
You're such a clown. You can always do that. Anyway, I know the way this guy thinks. Anyway, I'm taking the Bears.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Cam, going to San Fran and taking on the 49ers. Another double-digit home favorite. 49ers coming off their slap job of the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Bucs slap the Titans. 10.5 points, Cam. It's down from 11. People are betting on San Fran. It's a reverse line movement. They're 3-1 at home ATS. Tampa, Cam, they like to beat teams that are worse than them and keep it close against teams that are worse than them, but they get slapped by teams that are better than them. Give me San Fran here, 10.5. I don't care what the numbers say. Give me San Fran.
If San Fran, I almost wish this was the first game back because it'd be my gold pick, what they did to Jacksonville. Mm-hmm. This team, will they have the same intensity? I hope so. They're at home. It's under 11. Tampa Bay, in my opinion, is still not a good football team. No. I don't know how they're 4-5. It's actually, I'll give them credit. Good on Baker Mayfield and that staff. They've done way better than I thought they were going to do. I think San Fran wins this game by 24 points. Give me San Fran.
All right, we're in agreement, Cam. Quick and easy. Tampa's 2-5 in their last 7, though. So they were 1-5 before last week. Overall, they started 2-0. Yeah, I don't think they have what it takes to keep up with them. The Seahawks, Cam. Your Seahawks going to LA to take on the Rams. Rams might be without Stafford. We don't know for sure yet. Cam, Seattle needs to start covering these numbers. They're supposed to be a great football team. What kind of Seattle Seahawks are we getting here? Is their defense good?
I'm going to be honest with you. If Pittsburgh's the worst 6-3 team in the AFC, Seattle's the worst 6-3 team in the AFC. I have to be real. Geno Smith is regressing. I have a lot of problems. Their defense played loose, but this is a game, Drew. Now the point spread's low. This is a huge game for Seattle. They have to keep pace with San Francisco. The Rams are 3-6. I'm taking Seattle. It's -1.5. Probably played on the money line, but we have to give spread picks on the show. I will take the Seahawks. I think they win this game by like a field goal and just cover the number. They get it done.
Yeah, it's just if it's Carson Wentz starting for the Rams, which it likely will be, I'm assuming Stafford's not coming back. Then like this is his first game in how long? A year and a half?
I know. That's why I think Seattle, you got to take.
Yeah, right? So I think I have to go Seattle here, but like it wouldn't shock me to see Wentz throwing some footballs to Kupp and the boys over the middle of the field, Cam, because the Seattle secondary hasn't looked the greatest in recent weeks. But give me the Seattle Seahawks. I think it's too little points are too low. I think it should be 3.5, 4. The fact that it's 1.5, not enough points, Cam, for the Seahawks. So give me Seattle as well. Now, the New York Jets going to Buffalo to take on the Bills. The Bills coming off of, we don't know. Could be a win, could be a loss to the Broncos. If it's a loss, I'm definitely taking the Jets. If it's a win, probably still taking the Jets. Josh Allen, the one team he struggles against in his career, Cam.
I agree.
Is the New York Jets.
I'll take the Jets right now. You want to get it's 7?
Yeah.
Lock it in. I'm telling you, the Jets, sure, they lost to the Raiders, but there were some things that I liked in that game, and the Bills are beat up. If Wilson runs the ball and actually, here's the deal, too. The Jets' defense, I don't care about Buffalo's offense.
Mm-hmm.
The Jets' defense did great. I know they let a couple bad drives. The difference is the Bills don't have a Josh Jacobs to tenderize them. They don't. They don't have that type of running back.
You don't believe in playoff Lenny?
No.
Yeah.
Playoff Lenny. No, playoff Lenny. That ship has sailed. Give me the New York Football Jets +7. Probably live to regret it. This team has actually like hurt me financially. I really needed them to beat the Raiders last night. Come teaser, but not enough. Give me the Jets.
I think
+7.
I think this game is a good each way spot. I think the Bills would cover -1 and the Jets would cover +13.
Yeah,
Cam.
teaser.
So I think the teasing way, but I got to go with the Jets here. Listen, do I think they win the game? Probably not. But Josh Allen, the one team he struggled against in his career constantly is the New York Jets, their defense. So give me the Jets +7. Cam getting a phone call from the bookies, eh?
Yeah, it's my buddy, actually. It's what I told you off air there. So I'll deal with him in it later. We're just going to wrap this stuff up. It's he won't quit. You know, I love those guys that let it go 17 times.
Yeah,
if I don't answer in 5, you got to, I'm not here.
Fair.
But anyway.
All right. The Denver Broncos, Cam, hosting the Minnesota Vikings.
Oh,
Broncos,
God.
-1.5 point favorites against Josh Dobbs. Me and you both completely wrong on the Vikings, Cam. I switched from the Vikings to the Saints on the Thursday show.
I'm sorry about that.
Every time I switch, I know it's my fault. Every time I switch, it ends up being wrong. I got to stop switching picks.
Dude, if Jameis Winston started the game, we would have won. They were making a huge comeback in that game. Carr got hurt, and you know what? Just go with Winston.
Winston is so reckless, though, Cam. Even the touchdown.
No, yeah, you know what? Carr's horrible. So
Yeah,
do I take reckless? Do I take horrible?
So
I can't believe I'm shocked how bad the Saints are, and their defense is getting frustrated with their offense now.
Cam, I was
That's
watching
the
it. I
whole
was
problem.
like, can you guys fucking cover TJ Hawkinson? Every play, Hawkinson. I was like, cover the guy. They're going to the same player every play. Like it just, I was so frustrated.
I snapped too. That game cost me so much bread. Like I can't believe I bet. You know what the worst is too? In our fantasy league, Drew, I called Commissioner Visine Vince and I go, listen. He goes, what's your game of the week? So it's 10 points on top of whatever. I go Cleveland. And then I'm like, public play. I go, yeah, I do like New Orleans. Like, oh, I love the Saints too. And when we're on together, usually good. So I switched off Cleveland to the Saints and lost 10 points. So I'm just so mad at that game financially. It ruined like my mind. I'm spun out. Like I honestly, I'm on tilt with the New Orleans Saints. I hate that team. Thank God we don't have to bet on them this week. Were you taking, or what are we doing here?
Broncos,
Minnesota?
Vikings. Do you believe in the Vikings +1.5?
I'm going to start, but I might. This game looks like a game that I could switch because maybe Denver's coming around. But I got to take Minnesota. This Josh Dobbs thing is real. I think they're playing for him. We're getting 1.5. Like, do you know the Vikings are 4-1 ATS on the road?
I know.
They're 4-1 outright on the road. What are we doing here? Like, I'm falling in. No, Drew. I look for traps everywhere. Traps, snakes, dangerous predators. This could be the worst one going. Like, we could be absolutely suckered. Give me Minnesota +1.5. Maybe a switch, but maybe not. I'll take Skol. Vikings, please.
You think NBC, when they signed up for this Sunday Night Football game, was like, yeah, can't wait for Josh Dobbs against the Broncos on the road? No, they're
well, we got the Jets and Raiders last night. I'd rather watch this game.
True. It's 100%. That game was brutal. Yeah, I'll take the
NFL this year has just not been the worst year of NFL football in decades.
Oh, there's been like
it's actually been the worst.
Half the games every week are trash games. It's
the worst product going. If we didn't gamble, people wouldn't even watch this shit. It's
yeah,
awful.
Fantasy football and gambling is saving the NFL. That's for sure. Yeah, give me the Vikings as well. We'll see how the Broncos perform tonight. Maybe that changes my mind if they beat the Bills, and maybe we switch on Thursday. But as of right now, yeah, like I said, like you said, I think this Josh Dobbs thing is real. Yeah, what a player. He's given me like Matt Flynn vibes. You know, when he came in, played the season good, and then he gets a big contract in the offseason, then he sucks. I can see that happening. Someone's going to sign Dobbs in the offseason.
It's kind of like Geno. Geno played great for that year. He's regressed as well. Like, he's not the same guy. Like, he's not Jets Geno, but he's not Geno that we saw last year. I could tell you that.
Let's see. If you had to predict right now where Josh Dobbs plays quarterback in 2024, what do you think? It's a tough question because there's a few teams that could use quarterback. I'm thinking he's got New England Patriots written all over him. They draft a rookie.
You know what? Great call. Great call. But I was going to say Raiders, but they got O'Connell. The Patriots makes too much sense, actually. Patriots
and he's too smart, Cam. He won't pull the stupid shit that Mac Jones does. He's a smart guy. He's not.
Mac Jones is so like when Bill Belichick throws Zappy out for the final drive, I'm like, here we go. I mean, it basically means we're done with you.
That fake spike was the worst interception I've ever seen, Cam.
Jones sucks. Like I've been telling people this for a while. I might not be perfect with my picks, but I told everybody, you know what, say this in the comments. I told everybody that Mac Jones is going to be one of the biggest busts in football right now, and he is.
And you still bet on him though. So who's?
And I did because their kicker. I did bet on him. Yeah, because I just believed in. I have nothing to say anymore. Yeah, I did bet on him.
Yeah, it's Cam. Let's get into Monday Night Football quickly. Both teams coming off a bye. The Eagles and Chiefs. Andy Reid against Nick Sirianni. Hurts against Mahomes. Super Bowl rematch where the Chiefs won on a weird holding call at the end of the game that was a hold, but it wasn't a hold. I don't know. It was kind of a dive from Juju. But anyways, I was on the Chiefs in that game as you were, I think, as well. So we were both right. Chiefs.
Actually, I teased the Eagles to the. So yeah, I did well, but I actually was on the Eagles.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
I can't lie, Drew.
I'm going to be on the Chiefs again, Cam. If they beat the Broncos last week, maybe I'd be on Philly. But you know what? You got angry Mahomes and Reid coming off a bye week where Reid doesn't usually lose. I know Sirianni's 2-0 off a bye as well. I know Eagles fans, calm down. But listen, Mahomes and the gang, Super Bowl rematch. I could see this being a letdown spot for Casey because they don't really care as much about these games than most teams do.
I disagree with that.
But give me the Chiefs, Cam, -3.
I'm taking the Chiefs as well. I don't take this team very often. I think they're gonna at home. It's a big statement game for Mahomes and Andy Reid. The Philadelphia Eagles too. They should have lost to Dallas. Let's call it out for what it is. Like their
record didn't suck in the red zone, they would have.
They've been pretty lucky. Remember, this football team lost to the New York Jets.
Mm-hmm.
Did they not?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. I wish it was 2.5. It's 3. Drew, you don't see me doing this very often. I'm with the Chiefs this week, and I hope they get it done. I hope they pummel the Eagles.
Yeah,
absolutely pummel them.
Mark it down on your calendars, folks. Cam betting on the Chiefs is a favorite, not a common occurrence on this show.
I mean, I was on Denver that week. They cover. Sometimes I'm good with the Chiefs. I make mistakes sometimes, but you know what? I think they can win this game by a touchdown. Don't you think, Drew?
Oh, easily, yeah. Either of these teams can win this game by 10 to 20 points if things go right, Cam. That's why I get the spread. The spread is the correct spread, but give me the home team because I think Mahomes late will win this game, and Andy Reid off a bye is going to be ready to do stuff against this football team. Just like we saw in the Super Bowl, he's going to see something on film to exploit on that Eagles defense. And that Eagles defense, Cam, remember this, one of the worst teams in the league against tight ends. So Travis Kelce is going to have a field day. They are not good at covering tight ends. So all those Kelce props, even though he's been struggling lately, take the overs on those, Cam. Now, let's get into our best bets of the week, our gold, silver, and bronze selections. No more Survivor because Cam took the Bengals, even though we told you not to. Even Cam himself said not to pick them, but he picked them. So we're out.
I did pretty good, though. I went pretty deep, didn't I?
You did. You went way further than I did. I think I was out week 4. So, yeah, Cam, you smoked me.
Doesn't matter. I'm not going to win anything now. It's been a horrible weekend financially.
Cam, all right. Do you want to start with your bronze, or would you like me to?
I don't know. I feel like I want to go see a shrink right now. Have a cry. Anyway, you know what, Drew? I'm going to go with my bronze pick. I'm going to take San Francisco -10.5. This is insane. Woo! I must be losing my mind again, taking a favorite, but I don't believe Tampa Bay is even in the same realm as San Francisco. I'd like the Niners by 24 in this game, maybe even more if they want to. I really hope there's some ill will, but Todd Bowles is a well-liked guy, so they might take the pedal off the metal, but I still think they cover that 10.5. San Francisco by a mile. Give me the Niners as my bronze.
Cam, I love where your head's at, but I'm going with my bronze as the Miami Dolphins against the Las Vegas Raiders, -10.5. We're both taking 10.5 point favorites as our bronze. We're crazy, Cam. But I like both the picks. So
Actually, Drew, can I switch off? I like the Dolphins more.
Sure.
I want to make Miami my bronze. Yeah, I'm going to make Miami my bronze. Thank you.
All right, we're both on the same bronze. That's usually good sign, viewers. So when we're both on the same picks, usually they hit. So I will kick Cam off of San Fran being his bronze.
Thank you. You're going to like my silver, too.
All right, what is your silver selection?
My silver selection is going to be the Cleveland Browns, -4 against Pittsburgh. I think there's something that happened with this team. What I saw in the second half of that game, The line's 4. I think they're much better than Pittsburgh. Just please, Cleveland's defense at home, just honest to God, Trubisky, he might be not like he's going to get hit early and often in this game. Cleveland's offense. I've never seen Amari Cooper happy. Drew is dancing and doing videos in the game. That guy's the Earl of Searle. He's usually very grumpy. He's happy. I saw them like, even when Deshaun screwed up, they were kind of like, I don't know, man. I watched this game closely. Cleveland looked like they had a bonding session beating Baltimore in that game.
And the defensive line dominated, Cam.
Oh, yeah, they're wicked. I'm telling you, Pittsburgh, I don't care how good their defensive line is. Cleveland has an offensive. This is a bad matchup for Pittsburgh. I don't care if it's a divisional game. Browns by 13.
Yep, Cam, I agree with you in that pick. My silver is the Dallas Cowboys minus 10.5 on the road in Carolina. I know you like the Carolina Panthers, Cam, but I just can't do it. Dallas likes to smoke bad teams, and Carolina is what? A bad football team. So give me the Dallas Cowboys as my silver. What is your gold selection?
The New York Football Jets +7 against your Buffalo Bills. Nothing personal, and you know I love the Bills, and I wish them nothing but the best. God, I'd love them to be the AFC representative in the Super Bowl. But I'm not sure if that's going to happen. But the Jets will play them tough. It's a styles make fights, and the New York Jets defense against Buffalo and the way they make mistakes, that's a recipe for disaster. If I think the Jets can win the game outright or lose a heartbreaker, I'll definitely take a full touchdown. Give me the Jets +7.
Yeah, I agree with that pick, Cam. Like we said, Josh Allen struggles against the Jets in his career. So yeah, give us the +7. My gold, Cam, is the same as your silver, the Cleveland Browns. I'm going back to the well, back-to-back gold weeks to the Browns, Cam. I think they absolutely destroyed the Pittsburgh Steelers.
They're your new team. You got to get Browns jerseys.
I might have to. I told you. I said like last week with the silver and gold with Detroit and Cleveland. I like the teams around Lake Erie that haven't had success in their team's history.
Me too. You're like me, Drew. We love underdog stories. Like I love the Lions. I want to cheer for the Browns. Like I don't like teams that have success. I want them all to lose.
Exactly.
That's just me.
So give me the Cleveland Browns as my gold selection. So that means we're both on 2 of the same picks in our best bets, Miami and Cleveland, which usually means good things. So I get a little parlay together with those 2 picks, Cam. But besides that, let's head into Thursday. We'll try and work out a time when I'm in Sweden. I'll be 6 hours ahead of you, so who knows what time we line up with. But
I don't know. You're going to get Wi-Fi in that snow igloo, or you're going to go see the Ice Hotel? As the Ice Hotel of internet?
We'll figure it out.
Are you going to get a one-on-one with Peter Forsberg? Like, anyway, have a good time, bro. Like, I'm going to tell you, Sweden sounds like fun.
Yeah, I'm going to go hunting for the best Swedish meatballs. That's apparently what they're known for. So
they're known for a lot of things.
Yeah, the smelly fish.
What's the alcohol of Sweden? Moonshine?
No, that's like the south.
That's down south. Yeah. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I've never been to Sweden, so
I'm assuming that like they're pretty north. So I'm assuming it's vodka, just like the other Nordic
I would say anything that hits hard. Yeah, it's vodka.
I'd guess vodka as well, Cam. All right. Well, anyways, let's get out of here. Please enjoy Monday Night Football. Hoping for me and Cam that the Bills cover the 7.5, even though it's 7 now, which is better for us for our bets. But on the show we picked 7.5, so hopefully it's 7.5 for the cover. But anyways, we will see you on Thursday for our Week 11 updates, props, and everything else in between. Thanks for joining us. We will see you next week.
This has been Drew and Stu.
Powered by Sports Interaction, your homegrown sportsbook. Always remember to bet local.
Follow Drew at Producer Drew and Cam at Cam Stewart Live. May the winners be yours and all of the best bets hit.